Every single night, the routine is exactly the same. You finish your evening tasks, turn off the lights, climb into your warm bed, and pull up the covers. Within minutes, your dog walks in, climbs up, curls up right against your side, and looks at you with those deep, loving, intensely expressive eyes before settling down to sleep. To you, this is just a cute, comforting nightly habit that makes you feel close to your pet. But if you look at this through the lens of modern canine behavioral science and veterinary psychology, you are completely missing an urgent, layered message that your dog is trying to send you. Over 90% of well-intentioned pet owners completely misread their dog's nighttime signals, brushing them off as basic affection or a desire for a soft place to rest. But behind this nightly ritual lies an ancient biological code deeply rooted in wildlife survival, complex pack dynamics, and chemical synchronization. And if you're quietly making the one common mistake that most loving owners make, you might accidentally be breaking your dog's trust and shattering their sense of boundaries without even realizing it. But wait, there is one specific behavioral shift that should immediately raise red flags for any pet parent. If your dog used to sleep with you every single night without fail, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, completely stopped doing it, the reason isn't what you think. It is not about them being moody, and it's not about them simply getting too warm under the blankets. It's actually a serious biological cry for help that we will break down in detail in exactly 7 minutes. Before we decode that psychological crisis, let us look closely at what is actually happening the exact second the bedroom lights go out. Because point number 1 completely disproves and shatters everything you thought you knew about your dog's personal comfort and structural layout. The most common lazy explanation that people fall back on is incredibly simple. Your dog gets a little bit cold at night, your bed is big and warm, and your body heat warms up the blankets, so the problem is solved. It is pure convenience and comfort. But this explanation completely collapses and falls apart under strict scientific scrutiny. Dogs are evolutionary master heat seekers, equipped with incredibly dense coats and highly sophisticated internal regulation systems. During the day, they don't need you to stay warm. They find a tiny, narrow slither of afternoon sunlight moving across the living room rug, or they curl up perfectly by the baseboard radiator. If pure physical warmth and a soft surface were all they were truly looking for, their house is already full of dozens of safer, quieter, and much more undisturbed corners for them to rest. Climbing into an elevated bed with a giant human is a deliberate, calculated, and high-risk choice for a canine. In the wild animal kingdom, sleep is the ultimate, most dangerous moment of absolute vulnerability. It is the time when predators strike and when defense mechanisms are completely offline. By walking past every other quiet spot in your home and choosing your bed, your dog is bypassing thousands of years of survival hardwiring to make a massive declaration. They are silently telling you, you are the safest space I know in this entire world. But this connection goes much deeper than just emotional safety. Did you know that while they are sleeping directly next to you, their body is literally hacking your internal biology and altering your physical state? Pay very close attention to what happens to your own resting heart rate and breathing patterns over the next 60 seconds, because the science behind point number 2 will absolutely shock you. When modern veterinary researchers placed biometric tracking sensors on dogs and their owners during shared sleep cycles, they discovered a stunning, almost miraculous physiological phenomenon. The exact moment a dog settles its body weight against its owner, their internal cortisol levels, which is the body's primary stress hormone, begin to plummet dramatically. But here is the massive scientific breakthrough that most people never consider. The exact same hormonal drop happens inside you. As you lie there together, your breathing naturally slows down, your blood pressure stabilizes, and your central nervous system enters a state of deep, restorative recovery. You aren't just letting your pet sleep in your bed. Your two bodies are actively regulating each other in a real-time biological feedback loop. Your breathing patterns slowly synchronize over the hours, and your dog's body literally learns the microscopic rhythm of yours. If you think this deep biological bond is accidental or just a byproduct of domestication, wait until you look at where your dog chooses to lie down on the mattress. If they sleep in the specific, strategic position we are about to cover next, they haven't just chosen a comfortable spot to rest. They have officially assigned themselves a highly specialized job to protect you from an invisible threat you can't see or hear in the dark. Dogs are hardwired, genetic descendants of wild pack animals, and that ancient programming does not simply disappear because they live indoors. In a wild pack structure, rest was a highly coordinated operation that was never left unguarded or exposed. Look closely at your bed tonight and analyze their exact location. Is your dog sleeping near the edge facing the bedroom door? Are they pressed tightly against your back? Or are they anchored heavily at your feet? This is not a random placement based on mattress space. It is a tactical military post. A dog facing the door is actively monitoring the main entry point of the territory. A dog pressed flat against your back is covering your blind side, protecting the area you cannot see while asleep. A dog at your feet is grounding themselves at the absolute launch point, so they can spring into physical action instantly if a threat arises. Even the most pampered, gentle indoor dog carries this prehistoric DNA deep inside their mind. In their thoughts, they are on an active guard duty shift to keep their pack alive while you are completely unconscious and defenseless. But what if their physical body language or posture changes in the middle of the night? There is one specific sleeping position that looks completely harmless and cute to the human eye, but actually means your dog is operating under an invisible, heavy layer of psychological stress. Let's decode the secret language of their posture. Every single pose and structural arrangement carries a hidden psychological profile that tells a story. First, consider the curl. When a dog tucks their nose all the way to their tail, hides their paws, and rolls into a tight ball, they are protecting their vital organs. If your dog sleeps near you but stays tightly coiled and self-contained, they love you deeply, but they are still maintaining a subconscious, instinctual wall of guardedness. Second, look for the sprawl. This is when they lie with their belly completely exposed, legs stretched out in the air, and body completely loose and floppy. This is the holy grail of canine trust and emotional surrender. They have completely switched off every single survival instinct in their DNA because they know, without a shadow of a doubt, that you are the ultimate protector and nothing can harm them while you are there. Third, there is the back to you position. Many owners feel a sudden flash of emotional rejection or sadness when their dog turns completely away from them to face the wall. Please do not take this personally. In pack dynamics, turning your back to someone is actually the highest signal of trust and safety that exists. It means, I don't need to watch you because I trust you implicitly not to harm me, and I know you have my back. It is a profound biological compliment that most people accidentally take as a cold insult. But while they trust you, their nose is doing something incredible while you sleep. If your body chemistry changes by even a tiny fraction during the night, your dog knows it before your own brain does, which brings us to the most staggering psychological discovery of the decade. Your dog has completely rewritten their natural internal clock just to be near you. Dogs are naturally crepuscular animals, meaning their biology is wired to be highly active, alert, and hunting around dawn and dusk. Bending their prehistoric schedule to match your exact modern 9-to-5 human sleep routine is an incredible act of pure psychological devotion. And they use that shared time to actively monitor your health status. Night after night, as they lie beside you, they map your baseline. They memorize your exact resting heart rate, your specific breathing cadence, and your unique chemical scent profile. Canine tracking science proves that dogs can smell a spike in human cortisol through scent alone. When you have a highly stressful day, or when your body is silently fighting off an underlying illness or infection, your internal chemistry shifts. Your dog detects this microshift immediately through their nose, which is between 10,000 and 100,000 times more sensitive than yours. This is why they suddenly become intensely attentive, clingy, or protective when you feel down or under the weather. This brings us to the critical turning point we warned you about earlier. What happens when this beautiful, synchronized, comforting ritual suddenly stops out of nowhere? If your dog suddenly abandons your bed, you need to act immediately. This is point number 7. A sudden sharp shift from sleeping together for years to total physical isolation is rarely just a passing mood swing or a sign of aging. In the wild, an injured, weak, or sick animal faces extreme danger from predators. Their primal survival instinct tells them to isolate themselves, hide their vulnerability, and pull away from the pack so they don't attract danger or show weakness to enemies. If your dog suddenly stops sleeping with you and begins hiding in a dark closet, under the sofa, or in an empty room, they aren't being distant or difficult. They are likely masking severe physical pain, arthritis, or an underlying medical issue. It is a silent biological SOS that warrants an immediate visit to your veterinarian. Social changes, chronic environment stress, or a hidden trauma in the bedroom can also trigger this sudden withdrawal. Your dog's presence in your bed, a constant declaration of safety. If they leave that space, they are telling you that their sense of security has been fractured. Now, understanding their nighttime behavior is only half the battle. Your dog's daytime sleeping habits and weird resting postures reveal an entirely different, hidden side of their mind, including one strange posture that means they are silently demanding a boundary change. To decode exactly what your dog is thinking during the day, click the video appearing on your screen right now. Don't leave them waiting. Click it, and I'll see you there.